What motivates you? The guys, happy jumping around. What motivates you? What makes you excited about coming to work? Okay, let me tell you, when I started on my journey as a career coach, I had no more Monday blues, no, because it's just like wow, every day is so exciting, so new because I'm doing what I am passionate about. Okay, so you have to go through the process of understanding what this is. You have to do that. Okay, so how are you going to do this? All right, those of you who have been to my past workshops, you're familiar with this, but I'm going to give a slight twist to this particular exercise called the meaningful experience exercise. Meaningful experience exercise. Okay, so those of you, if you want to take out a piece of paper or you open up your spreadsheet or Word document, I leave it up to you. But essentially, it is about you capturing the 4 columns of information here. So the first information, the first piece of information is basically your job title, whether it's part-time, full-time, or whatever. Okay. The second column is what are the activities related to that particular job. Okay. And then the last 2 columns, what you like, what you dislike about that job itself. Right. Now, why are we doing this? Right. So let me sort of explain to you the process. Here, you want to start thinking, especially those of you who are above 40, most of you are above 40. So this one should be very easy for you to do. Right? Put down at least 3 past, or maybe you want to put down your current job as well, but at least 3 items, 3 jobs or activities there. Okay. The reason why 3 is because we want to spot a pattern. So anything less than 3, there's no pattern. You want to spot a trend. Okay. Then for each line, you want to ask yourself what you like, what you didn't like about these things. Right? Are we okay so far? Okay. So pretty simple, right? Right. So put down these. The more activities or jobs you put down, the easier it is for you to spot a trend. Okay. So what are you trying to get at here? Essentially, you're trying to look at from the results that you put down here, like or dislike. Okay. You're trying to determine what's important to you. When you're looking at your job, when you're looking at your career, what was important to you? Okay. So, for example, for me, when I was doing this exercise a few years ago, I realized that the things that was important to me was actually being able to work with people, seeing the results, seeing their satisfaction being fulfilled by them. Okay. I like to see people progress. Okay. What I didn't like was the other parts that was associated with managing teams. It's what about the office politics and all that. Those I didn't like. Okay. So maybe some of you can relate to that. Okay. So from there, if you get a list of what's important to you, in essence, you're already compiling a list of your career values. You're already compiling a list of career values. Okay. So think about this. Right? What you need to do is really to identify what would motivate you, what would drive you, what would get you out of bed every morning to do the things that you need or want to do. Okay, what motivates you? It could be as simple as saying, I want a high paying salary. Fine, if that is what motivates you, put it down. Okay, I remember one of the jobs that I sort of liked in my past was that it was a very high paying salary. Okay, so I put that down. So you need to, if that's what motivates you, be frank about it, put it down. Okay, then from there you start thinking about what are your values. What are your values? Are we okay with this particular activity? All right. So I don't think we have time to do this now. Okay. Typically, I try to do this during my longer workshops, but given the short time we have and the amount of things that we need to go through, right, I won't ask you to do this now. But I hope you can take the time after today's workshop to give it a try. Okay. So the end result, the end takeaway for this particular activity is really determining what's important for you. Okay, what are your values, your career values? That is the end result you want to get from this particular activity. Okay, and here are just some examples, that you have maybe a different or maybe you have the same ones. Right, so these are just some examples of values. Like for example, I want to earn a career, good income, must be variety of tasks. I want work-life balance, good health benefits, stimulating work environment. All those things you hear. These are just examples I pull off from the internet, and actually some of them were from my clients as well.